The earth is tearing, minds are fracturing, and the government just counts the money. While you guard your digital footprint, they're already rewriting your neural one. The bill for our green future has arrived, and the price is ruin.
The price of the GHOSDS we keep. The narrator. Narrator, VO. They say the truth will set you free, but they never tell you the cost of the bail. In 2026, we've learned how to outsource our souls. We trade our privacy for convenience, our history for a clean slate, and our land for a battery that'll last another decade. We call it progress. But progress is a hungry god. It demands a sacrifice. Tonight, we're looking at 3 people who thought they could outrun their shadows. A doctor who sells forgetting, a cop caught between 2 laws, and a politician who thinks she can dig up the future without disturbing the past. 3 stories, 1 collision. Welcome back to the machine. Let's see who survives the gears. Dr. Aris. Narrator, meet Dr. Aris Thorne. He's the lead architect at Lethos Biotics. He doesn't perform surgery on the body. He performs it on the mind. He's the man you call when a memory is too heavy to carry. Thorne, soft, persuasive, just a small injection, Mr. Henderson. We aren't deleting the event. We're just dampening the emotional resonance. You'll remember the car crash. You just won't feel the glass in your lungs every time you close your eyes. Narrator, it's called the Echo Strip. It's the hottest medical breakthrough of the year. But Aris has a secret. The compound requires a specific rare earth catalyst, lithium-7, high purity, and the supply is running dry. Aris isn't just dampening memories anymore. He's being pressured by the board to streamline the process. If they can't get the lithium, they have to use a cheaper, more volatile synthetic. It works mostly, but it has a side effect: moral bleed. Patients don't just forget the trauma. They forget the reason they felt bad in the first place. You kill someone in a hit-and-run, take the Echo Strip, and suddenly you aren't a murderer. You're just a guy who's late for dinner. If we remove the guilt from a crime, does the crime still exist in the eyes of justice? Or are we just creating a world of functional sociopaths? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Is forgetting a right or a luxury we can't afford? Detective JAX-KEFE. Narrator, 8,000 miles away, Detective Jax Keefe is standing over a body in Alice Springs. The victim is a high-ranking executive from a mining conglomerate. The suspect, a local man who claims he was performing payback, traditional law. KEFE, tired, gravelly. The Crown doesn't recognize a spear to the thigh as a legal sentence. Solomon, you know that. Solomon, off-screen, calm. The Crown wasn't here when he poisoned the well. Detective, my law is older than your boots. Narrator, Jax is caught in a vice. The community is ready to riot. They want Solomon released. They say the mining exec was a ghost, a man who bought the land, destroyed the water, and walked away with a smile. But Jax just got a call from the commissioner. This isn't just a local murder. The victim was carrying a briefcase of unrecorded land deeds. Deeds that lead directly back to a certain senator's office. If Jax follows the law, the white law, Solomon goes to prison for life, and the mining company takes the land. If he lets Solomon go, he's a traitor to the badge. Whose law matters more, the ancient traditions of the land or the written statutes of the state? If the state fails to protect you, do you have the right to take justice into your own hands? Senator Elena Vance. Narrator, Senator Elena Vance is having a very productive May. She's just pushed through the Green Future Initiative. It's a massive subsidy for lithium mining. On paper, she's a hero. She's saving the planet. VANCE, on the phone, I don't care about the grazing rights, Miller. We need that lithium. The tech sector is screaming for it. Lethos Biotics is threatening to move their HQ to Singapore if we don't deliver the raw materials for the Echo Strip. Narrator, Elena isn't a villain. At least, she doesn't think so. She believes in the greater good. If a few thousand acres of ranch land in the outback need to be reclassified to ensure the world gets its green energy and its memory-wiping drugs, so be it. But there's a glitch in the plan. The executive she sent to handle the off-the-books land grab in Australia, he's dead. And the detective on the case, Jax Keefe, is an old flame she hasn't seen since law school. She needs that briefcase. If the public sees those deeds that show she sold out sacred land to fund her own re-election, her green future becomes a black hole. The crash. Narrator, the gears are turning now. Aris Thorne, desperate for his catalyst, flies to Australia to meet with Senator Vance's contact, the executive who's now a corpse in Keefe's morgue. Aris arrives at the police station claiming to be a medical consultant for the mining company. He meets Keefe, he sees the briefcase, and he sees an opportunity. He offers Keefe a deal. Thorne, detective, you look like a man who hasn't slept since the turn of the century. You're haunted by the things you've seen in this desert. I can make them go away. I can give you the strip. One injection, and this whole investigation, the conflict, the guilt, the faces of the people you couldn't save, it all becomes a blur. Narrator, in exchange, Aris wants the briefcase. He'll deliver it to Senator Vance, she'll give him his lithium, and the machine keeps humming. Meanwhile, outside the station, the mob is growing. Solomon's family is chanting. The air is thick with the smell of wood smoke and gasoline. Kefe, looking at the needle Thorne is holding. If I take that, will I still know who killed that man? Thorne, you'll know, you just won't care. The choice. Narrator, everything breaks at once. Vance calls Keefe. She doesn't ask for the briefcase, she pleads for her life. She tells him the mining company is sending a cleanup crew to eliminate everyone, Thorne, Solomon, and Keefe, to bury the evidence forever. Keefe has 10 minutes. He looks at Solomon in the cell, the man who followed the old law. He looks at Thorne, the man who offers a world without consequences. He looks at the briefcase, the paper trail of a corrupt future. If he releases Solomon, the mob will protect them, but the law will hunt them. If he takes the drug, he survives, but he loses his soul. If he calls the press, he destroys Vance, but the green future dies with her, and the riots will tear the city apart. If you were Jax Keefe, which path would you take? Would you choose the truth and face the fire, or take the echo strip and walk away into a peaceful, hollow lie? This is the heart of the drama. Is a painful truth better than a beautiful deception? The ghost machine. Narrator, in the end, the machine always gets what it wants. Senator Vance is still in office, though her smile is a little tighter these days. The mining project moved forward. The outback is a little more scarred, the water a little more bitter. Detective Keefe, he disappeared. Some say he's living in the bush with Solomon's people. Others say he was the first test subject for the new synthetic echo strip. A man with no past, wandering a desert with no name. And Dr. Aris Thorne, he's a billionaire now. Lethos Biotics is the most valuable company on Earth. Because in a world this loud, this violent, and this connected, the most expensive thing you can buy is silence. But here's the thing about ghosts. You can dampen the memory, you can bury the deed, you can pave over the grave, but the earth remembers, the blood remembers. And sooner or later, the bill comes due. This story isn't as far-fetched as it sounds. We are currently facing the reality of memory-altering drugs and the brutal cost of our green energy transition. Is the ghost in the machine us? Are we the ones choosing to forget so we don't have to change? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Next week, we're diving into the slopaganda scandals and how AI is rewriting our family histories. Until then, keep your eyes open. The truth is usually hiding in the static.